But one of those are not even asking for the opportunity to travel. What they just need is let me just eat. One of those people that are just having their own desire, their own earnest prayer to God is not even to that they take me outside. It's just to give me food to eat. It's just to give me clothes to put on. It's just to give me a house to live in. Now those persons, they're not even expecting the government. They are waiting on people like us to help.
Hello guys, you're welcome back to Talks with Ogar. I know it's been a very long while you could have seen me, but yes, I'm back. Well, don't miss me too much. You can see I'm here with a special guest. Hey, today's topic is actually very funny, but let's hold on first for the topic. And here is my not friend actually, sister. We go way back. I cannot start talking about our personal stories, but at least for now, so because of that, this whole thing we enter this video before we start making stories short, long. So introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Chidima. Oh, my voice is deep. My name is Chidima Obi. I'm an intern pharmacist at Amakutishin. At Stop. My name is Obi Chidima Sylvia. Okay, I'm an intern pharmacist. Okay, I work in the hospital pharmacy. And
so what's this relationship you have with Talks with Ogar?
okay, Ogar has been my friend, a sister,
Yep.
a colleague back in school. So we've been friends.
You don't know our stories, but don't worry, let's see later. Alright, so let's go to our topic for today. So today we're going to talk about NSAS, like it's hashtag NSAS. What we're going to do for today is which way forward Nigeria. So I know you guys be like, why is it talking about this thing now when the whole thing should have been when the thing was hot. Well, I just feel like it's never too late. Nigeria is not better, it's not actually as even good as it is. So anytime is good to talk about it. So well, let me ask these few questions so I will not have to waste some of your time. What do you understand by NSAS?
Okay, to start with, we all know that NSAS started with a protest by Nigerian citizens in trying to end the police brutality, mostly amongst NSAS. Actually, is a protest that started with the Nigerian citizens protesting and fighting against the police brutality,
Yes.
especially amongst the youths. Okay, and SARS, as we all know, is defined as, the acronym is Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Okay, and although they claim to be the ones trying to, they were once robbers, they're now trying to identify their fellow or the criminals too. So it has been, in the times past, SARS has turned from trying to do what they have been sent to do, to molesting and harassing Nigerian citizens, especially the youth. So with time, people tend to get tired of what they have done. Yes. Imagine a youth just walking along the street and someone just stops him, sessions the phone and claims he's a Yahoo guy, and before you know it, it's just an innocent person that doesn't do anything. Yeah. So apart from that, too, at the time they started harassing students with laptops.
You have iPhone, so you cannot walk on the road.
Seriously, I even heard of a story of a guy at Nnewi that just had his laptop, and it was just a DJ that he was just trying to work on an event, and he was just going by when he was stopped by a SARS agent, and they held him and took his laptop and claimed that he was a Yahoo boy. Huh. The guy, by all means, showed them the evidence from his laptops, what he does, and this is just a normal work. And they took him, and to today, nobody knows the whereabouts of the guy. So it became an issue that the Nigerian youths had to speak up. Sure. Okay, so that was how NSAS protest and everything started.
Okay, so what is your take on NSAS? Like, do you think that this NSAS is actually a good idea? Why they started this protest? Do you think it's worth it?
Of course, it was worth it. In as much as it was stopped abruptly, it ended in a way that we never wished it would end. But it was something that would have paved way for Nigerian youths to have rights to freedom to use whatsoever they want to use. And also because it got to a time, these people were now carrying ATMs around them, POS around them, that once they cash you, you just have to put your inside your ATM card and they take extort money from you unknowingly. Okay, so it was worth it. The protest was worth it, and it was so unifying, like how Nigerian youths came out in one unity, in one accord from different states, and people were coming out.
For once, as in, I was really happy that for once we will stand up and be like, oh yeah, let's go and say that these people are not doing right. They have done the worst. Like, because since I've been born, I've never heard that they made that you to come and stand against government. For where it's like it's the first time, so I was really excited. I was happy.
So it was really worth it. It was worth it.
Okay, so how do you think it turned out? How did you, because you know now, as per after some time, you know, how do you think it turned out?
It's really turned out bad because the whole thing that happened at Lekki toll gate was, the massacre was, it was so hot and it was so painful.
Very painful.
We never expected that. Like, that night was terrible. Like, that was the first night I really wept because I saw innocent citizens who didn't have, they were just protesting. There was no fight. They weren't carrying weapons. They were just speaking their
children,
what they deserve, what they wanted, their rights. And for a country, or for the government of a country to stand up against its citizens by releasing gunshots at them was just the climax. Like, there were several ways to stop them. There were several ways.
Do you know that they said that is fake? Have you heard about that it was fake? That it was not true. They did not kill anybody. That nobody died. They asked people to come out. That nobody actually came. Why would they come out? This nonsense government. When they sent army to go and kill people that are in target, why would I come and say, hey, it was my child? They will even kill you, so you shut up yourself.
The truth is that the government we are in, it's a failed government, it's a failed system. Because after that, on Twitter, a lot of persons went on Kiri. I was following him, even Aisha, Yasuf. They were all speaking up. Youths were really speaking up, and even one House of Assembly came up and was saying that all these things, that you were abusing social media and all of it. So they were just trying to find a way to subdue us, to stop us. And it wasn't funny. Although it's so painful that we lost lives to it, young citizens' lives. But we know that step, it helped, even though it didn't come out well. But I know that's opened the eyes of Nigerian citizens, and also that SARS people of anything, at least they have learned their lessons and understand that yes, we actually understand what they're doing.
So, do you think this protest was a good approach for the government to listen to us?
Of course it was. It was a beginning to the end of a lot of things. We're not just yearning for the end SARS brutality. We are asking for more. We are asking for the end to bad governance. We are asking for the end to a lot of things that weren't suitable for the Nigerian citizens again. So it was, the citizens didn't come out to fight anybody, except when the government had to bring out hoodlums who said destroying properties, vandalizing government properties.
Since because they came peacefully, and the government came and started. Everybody let us start doing the fight now. Since we came peacefully, you guys don't want the peaceful part. Let us come and do the Agbero part. So I actually don't understand. I don't blame what Sonmi started doing, although it was uncalled for, but at some point that I don't blame it. I don't blame them because they are people's children. They just killed, and they are already hurt. People's friends, people's so.
And there were rumors that it was actually the government that released some thugs and some hoodlums to start destroying properties so that it would look as if it was the peaceful protesters. But I know that for the past 11 days that the protest started at first, it was all peaceful. It was all peaceful. Yes. There was nothing wrong. They weren't destroying anything.
I was really happy. I was proud of Nigeria at that particular week. I was really proud.
So the protest was a very peaceful one, and therefore it was a right approach that the Nigerian youths actually followed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you believe in a better Nigeria? Do you have hope that we'll be great again? Do you think that we have hope of getting better again?
Nigeria. Okay. Well, I'm not trying to be optimistic about considering what we all know. It's clear to the blind, it's clear to the deaf, and it's clear to the layman, to even the infants being born today, that Nigeria actually has, for the time being, we have failed. Our leaders have failed us. Yeah, the system has failed in a lot of areas. The educational system, everything is just collapsing. Okay, and
8 months now, going to 9 months. Before we were saying it's COVID-19, oh, the high school was COVID-19, everybody shut down. That was aside. Now we ended COVID-19 like around August. People started going to school August, September, but we are still at home now. Why? The government has refused to pay money for us to go back to school. Some would have finished school since, but because of this stupid government, we are this Nigeria that we are, that is just really annoying. This country, I'm not saying anything.
So it's actually, everybody can actually vet out their anger because the country, it's not helping matters, like especially our government. Okay, but that does not still negate the fact that Nigeria can be better. Nigeria can still be better. No, it's not about saying amen. It's not a prayer. It's actually something that is possible. Yeah, but it all starts with our mind, because believing that something will actually be better starts with I believe in, you believe in, we believe in, because it's until you believe and you don't believe just because of what you're seeing. You believe because you have another perception, a positive perception about how Nigeria can be. Yes, we have always said I believe, and most times the circumstances that come into play, how the government like handles their citizens, you feel like there is no hope. Yeah, it's clear to the merman that there is no hope again for Nigeria, but that does not still help matters, you know. We saying there is no hope again, let everybody run out, does not still help change Nigeria. Okay, so the truth is that Nigeria can be better. I'm not trying to be optimistic, as I said before, but we can actually make it better. It actually starts with we. Yes, it starts with I believe that Nigeria can be better, and for me to believe that, I have a positive perception that yes, if we can do this way, it starts in the mind. If I believe Nigeria can be better by putting in my own part, and you believe too, and we believe collectively, that is how it starts growing. Because we don't just believe it and act the negative. You don't just believe Nigeria will be better, and yet tomorrow you still confess, forget it when things happen. You be like, it doesn't work. Those countries we see today that celebrate their how good they are, and all of these first developed countries and all of it, the first world countries and all of it, they are in that 200 and something years of independence. Yes, they have gone far. There are some movies, Asian movies that you watch, you realize that there were times these people also passed through these revolutions like this. There were times they had bad governance, okay, but it only took the determination of the citizens within, because the truth is that a Cameroonian cannot come and change Nigeria. Neither can a Ghanaian come and change Nigeria. It only, the change actually is in us, with us, and we can only be the persons to do it. No one can help us out. Even the US government can't. You get it? So yes, we might not see the fruit in our own lifetime, but if we can start developing that mindset and start transiting that mindset to everyone around us, and we start believing the same way, that's the only way we can fight away these leaders. Because you can imagine a youth telling you, who cares? Our leaders are there and they're eating the money. And such a youth have the mentality that when I go there, it's my turn to eat, so I'll eat my own. That is turn by turn. For such a person that have such mentality, they will still go up there and still act worse than the leaders, because there is power has a force. It controls you. And that means if you've not built yourself as a leader to understand that a leader is not just about himself but about the masses. A leader is someone that's sacrificial. So if such person does not have not just the understanding but that mind, that heart, the heart of the people, he will still go up there and still behave the same way the old people behave. So the issue is not just about having the old people on seats. Yes, that's also a factor, but it's not just about having old people. It's about also having the same mindset. If Buhari as a person or mindset, for example, of just as I made an illustration then when they saw the palliatives and people were happy and people were hoarding. Yeah, you can imagine someone. Let's assume, for example, someone got 20 gallons of the palliative stuff, and he decided to hoard the remaining, eat some, and probably have a provision store and sell some. You're not different from our leaders, because that's what the same thing they're doing. The only thing that they hoard it in higher quantities, and probably such a person that hoards 20 cartons, if you had 1,000 cartons, he would have still hoarded it. And this is not something you bought with your money. So if our mindset have not been changed, if I'm not trying to tell ourselves that this has to start with the mind, we have to get rid of selfishness. We have to get rid of greed. It's actually something that it's normal with a natural man, but it's something that we have to fight to get rid of. Because until we do that, we will keep wallowing in selfishness, and everyone will just want to go up there and act corrupt and eat, and to that end.
And the truth is that this is now actually eating deep, even to the smallest of child, like the smallest child. Eating very, very deep. My uncle was telling me that they were complaining about bad government, blah blah blah. But these people came out from a family. It's not from a family. Because I'm sure if we grew up with this mentality of, this is a very good mindset, a very good upbringing. So when we get to that position, whenever this kind of power and money is coming to our front, we know how to handle it. Do you understand? Okay, now let's say for example now, if you see a white person and a black man now, when there's a money in their feather on the ground now, a white man will look at them and say, I'm walking his own way. But if it was a black person, money, hey, he will grab, even there's in bag, you carry everything and go to his house. You won't even want to share it to anybody. But first of all, it's just because of our background, everything is that's been eaten into, like, very terrible. But we can start from somewhere, like she said. I really like what she said. You can start from somewhere. If you just decide that you would start being good, you do the positive, like from there, it's like a tree from the roots from there to get somewhere it will flourish. You understand? Not just saying those people there and keep pointing fingers. If you are there, you want to do the same thing, because money is a spirit, very bad spirit. If you're not very careful, you'll be carried away with the money spirit. And the one thing that you want about at audition at present is that they don't even know what's happening here. They don't even know what's happening around us. They're just going to send their delegates and say, tell me what happened. Go. But you already see, boy, we do what? Calm down and say, I want to visit Anambra, I want to check to inspect what? Inspect fire. Do you understand? So this kind of thing is that, apart from the fact that the president might be trying to do something, but the people that is sending, I'm sure they just say, okay, it's good. They're not even going to check what they say. They'll just collect the money for the business of the road and business of everything. Because someone's even advising me that it's not just the government, the civil servants, them too, they're also part of the wahala. That even they will send money to the states to build good roads, to build the facilities. But okay, let's say the governor now send the money to all the local government this thing. They will eat the money. Yeah. They will leave it. So it's like, even your father too said might even be one of local government chairman. You because it's your father that you enjoy the money, so you don't want to say anything. But like the thing is that it has eaten very deep. It's just going to take the grace of God. It's going to take a lot of things, like our mindset, like complete rejuvenation. Hey God Jesus, we need everything we need, because me here standing here now. If I get there now, sincerely, I don't know what will happen to me, but I know that it's going to be has now been a very tempted situation to do some things I'm supposed to do, because first of all, they are godfathers, they are people that have been there, so they'll be like, hey, who are you? You're just coming here, these are things have been, so you come and change what has been there. It's Jesus Christ. So like
the battle is not something we can win in a day or in a year. True. It's something that it takes time, yes, but it looks slow, but if you can follow the process, if we can follow fighting the battle through the right way by starting in our minds, trying to correct our mindset, trying to fight selfishness as an individual. If we can do that, it will go a long way in helping us. Just as I said before, we might not see the fruits, but once we start planting that seeds, it will go a long way in how we raise up our children. Imagine recently I heard of a story of just this students that just finished their WAEC exams, parents buying phones for their children, helping them to pay such this thing you are inculcating such a child. We met such a person, when he or she goes to university, they will take it as a normal thing to continue. And yes, I know that in the university level, people sort, and the person now have this mentality that there is no need to I have to sort my way through. Such inculcations are not good, because it keeps on transcending down. You get it? But it will start changing ourselves, starting from within us.
Then ourselves to sit down and read.
So by doing that, it will take a long time, yes, but it's actually a step in the right direction. We might not see the fruit, but once we start planting that seed, with time we start getting rid of those corruption, because the corruption have eaten so deep that it's not even just the state government or the federal government we are even having issues with. Everybody down to the local level, there are corruption everywhere. So it only takes our determination. We're not looking for God because God has brought a solution. Yes, we are that solution. Our generation is that solution. It only takes us to now take responsibility to get rid of selfishness. Getting rid of it is not an easy thing, but it's something that with your mind and with your heart fixed, you can get rid of. Okay, so
I'll ask you one last thing. If you had a choice of leaving the country, would you?
Who would not want to go? Okay, who would not want to go? Like, traveling outside of the country to a more developed area. Who wouldn't want better things? So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad idea. I don't have issues with people traveling outside. I personally intend to travel outside one day. Okay, everybody have their own reasons for traveling outside, but I want us to really change this mindset of, I beg, this country, it's fuck up. Let me just go outside there and rest.
Yes, I'm a very good testimony of that. They don't fuck on go.
So that's the mindset, and such a mindset, I'm not saying it's a bad one, but it won't help us. It won't. I take it or you leave it. It won't. Now, once you're planning, okay, let me just travel out. By God's grace, I'll bring my loved ones. We'll all just be there. What of those persons that don't even know what's happening? What of those persons they don't even have? It's not even just about them not having an opportunity of traveling, because you do this that definitely not everybody will have that opportunity. But what of those that are not even asking for the opportunity to travel? What they just need is let me just eat. What of those people that are just having their own desire, their own earnest prayer to God is not even to that they take me outside. It's just to give me food to eat. It's just to give me clothes to put on. It's just to give me a house to live in. Now those persons, they're not even expecting the government. They are waiting on people like us to help them. Now I'm not saying some people can say I will travel out, get the money, come and help the needy, the helpless, and all of it. Fine, if that is your main objective, that is good. But I just want us to have this mindset of the fact that Ghanaians, South Africans, like Cameroonians, nobody can change this country except Nigerians. And when we have that understanding, we understand that if we are the people to change, then we have to rise up, take our responsibilities. Yes, you might go out there to have some level of exposure and all of it, but make sure that you also have a way of imputing to make Nigeria better. Because if we try to do, I don't care, have that nonchalant attitude by once I'm out, I'm safe. By the one of your siblings, one of your relations here, and even if they're out there with you, one of those persons that were actually hoping that someday someone will arise, because their own prayer is that maybe someday someone better will arise and help them. One of those persons. So it's not just about we shouldn't. That's why I talked about selfishness. Most times, try to normally on a normal day, every human is selfish, but understanding the fact that we don't just live for ourselves, we live also for the people around us. A song by one of these famous persons sang, "We are here forever for all of us." You know that song?
That would be my line song before this talk show.
Okay. So that song,
by
we are here. Yeah, that's what we're here for all of us. That word actually means we're here. That's why we're here in this world. Okay, so then we'll just think about ourselves. Yes, we have to be better for us to help others. But when you have become better, remember that.
Yeah, your neighbor too needs that.
So that is it.
Wow, it has really a very nice time here. So if you were able to listen from the beginning to the end, wow, then you're a very, very good kudos person. Thank you so much for listening to the very end. God bless you and have a very nice day. See you next time in my next talk show.
Bye.
Bye.